How are you?
I'm good. I'm getting pretty excited now that adrenaline is slowly kicking in. The show is very soon, and everyone has been working so hard.
Yes.
The EPC team and my team that flew in here. So, yeah, I'm very excited to showcase this specific performance.
Yeah, we're also very excited. And first of all, for the people who don't know you, could you tell me a little bit more about yourself, your story as you as an artist, but also your personal life?
Sure. Disclaimer, this is the most summarized version you can
Yes.
possibly get. I call myself the bionic pop artist, and but I'm also a creative director, and I work a lot in the field of futurism, which kind of brings everything under one umbrella for me, right? Every time I do a performance anywhere or a video anywhere, I pull lots of different resources. Like I work with scientists, I work with people that work for space stuff, I work with engineers and hackers, and obviously the pop field. So that's kind of my vibe. And obviously, undercurrent of that is I was born in the former USSR, slightly revealing my age here. and yeah, and I got into what I do now through a little bit of a personal sort of health story. I had an accident at birth, and then I just had lots of reconstructive surgeries. So by the time I was in my teens and I moved to London in '99, I just really decided that I could approach my leg the same way that you know, writers and visionaries approached characters, right? Designing your own character. So after a lot of like health complications, I had a voluntary amputation of my leg when I was 20. And, I think it's really interesting because throughout my life since then, I think a lot of people don't see how that could be a liberating, positive experience. And what I've learned through that process, which I explore in all of my work, is that having like biology is not destiny, first of all, and biology is not superior. And I think that, as we're here for the para championships, we get to see that, right? We get to see that superiority of your kind of here's a normal body, right? It's a sliding scale, and it's a matter of perception. And I think I've been exploring that, right? I've been exploring how can we make it a lot more accessible, exciting, and interesting, and just really prep people for what the future holds, right?
Yeah.
We're all about to keep integrating with technology, like majorly, whether you like it or not. Like it's already happening, right? Without your phone, without your GPS, you're like, who am I?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? Just stand here and not know where anyone is, right? So I feel kind of really lucky in that way, like throughout my career, I started out working in more sort of just traditional kind of fashion and performance. And then as I had my operation, I ended up doing a couple of breakthrough projects, I guess you want to say. 11 years ago, I performed at the Paralympic closing ceremony in London.
It's amazing.
It
Was it amazing?
It was just enchanting, like so beautiful. And I was never really someone that was into sports. Like I just didn't even have the opportunity to do that. I was always, trying to get better. So when I got the call 3 weeks before the Paralympics, somebody was like, "Hey, we're looking for a snow queen," and this character, and ideally she's a dancer. I was like, "Well, I can dance, I guess." And 3 weeks later, I was at front of like 90,000 people in the stadium and millions at home, and I got to step out with a diamond encrusted prosthetic. That was like my Cinderella moment,
Yes, I can imagine.
right? And
It feels empowerment. How does it feel at that moment?
yeah, I think that it made me feel seen. It just made me feel seen. It made me feel seen for the imaginative, um, yeah, for the very imaginative person that I am, right? And so that moment, like, definitely transformed my life. In not like in a like, oh my God, everybody's calling me, but internally, it made me realize that the way I approached my situation was the thing that was different.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many people, everybody has something to talk about. And that's not really the special thing, I think that how you deal with a situation, what you invent for that situation, who you bring together to talk about that situation is the thing that I've been focusing on. And I realized that, like, I can turn away from that for a minute, but it's sort of calling me back because I feel like I can make a difference. I can do something, right? And shortly after that, maybe 3 years later, I did the Born Risky campaign with Channel 4, where we had the prototype video with the famous black spike prosthetic dance, and, that kind of broke the internet.
Yeah.
And that was, that was really, really special. And today, actually, I am performing a remix of that track. I haven't really been performing that song very often because it's so iconic that, like, sometimes I'm like, what does a stage show look like for that, right? Like, it's never the same. Like, it was the song and the visuals together that really mattered. And I think that we're really going to bring it tonight.
And how is it for you to perform it also at an event dedicated to the parasports?
It feels very special to be involved with generally the Paralympic movement 11 years later, right? 11 years later, I was a dancer, I was a performer. Coldplay was my backing band.
Nice.
That's what I like to say. And, and 11 years later, I have my own show with full team, full visuals, my new record. And, it definitely feels amazing. Like, it feels like, okay, things are coming my way. And also, like, that all of this hard work has been paying off.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
Sometimes
exciting. That's nice to hear.
Absolutely. And, like, sometimes I get asked by people, like, how is it that I just kept dedicating myself to this, right? Because when you think about the entertainment industry, it's a really difficult space, like, for anyone. And there are definitely times where I'm like, what am I even doing? Like, nobody cares. Like, nobody wants, and then you just find those people that care, and then you realize how important it is to keep sort of like developing that vision, keep making it something that sticks in people's minds, right? That's why pop culture is really like the new religion for me.
Yeah, that's exciting. And at last, what would your main message be to all the athletes who will compete upcoming days?
Oh gosh, I'm thinking about what is it that they haven't heard before. I would say, to really spend time listening to themselves around these situations, right? In the moments where they doubt themselves, like, they just have to, like, be their own cheerleader, their biggest fan, And the last Paralympics happened 4 years ago, and I think every 4 years, like, we make a huge jump, and I hope that they bring Paris down. It's a huge opportunity, and straight after that, it's going to be Los Angeles, which is now my hometown. So it's really exciting, and I really, really hope that they feel the support of everyone around them, because I think that matters.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. Are you excited for tonight?
Very excited. I'm very excited because, this show is just like a unique combination of everything. We created the music especially for this show, and I'm joined by backing vocalists and a quartet of strings. of violins, which is like amazing.
Yes.
Right? And we have beautiful dancers, and it's really epic.
Yeah.
And I feel very grateful and honored that, the EPC decided to have me and give me
Yeah.
such a spotlight. So
We're excited as well. Thank you
Great.
so much.